What what are you doing? What, me? I'm building bots. No, that's not what I mean. I don't know what you mean. What's the issue? That the sound. What were you doing? I was whistling. But I don't. Why is that a problem? No, I mean, how do you do that? How do I whistle? I don't. Is that what you like that? Yeah. How do you do that? Well, you didn't even make a sound like that. That you didn't do any. I don't know. I don't understand how you're doing that. Oh, what? So he can do it too? I mean, I guess. I don't. Like, try again. I'm not hearing a damn thing. Joe's got it down pretty good. He's pretty good. I mean, are you just trying to you're trying to steal the whole intro music thing from me? I thought I did a good job. I mean, you did do a good job. I was just whistling while I'm building bots, man. Panther's here, live on Instagram. Chats.
Intro. Here we go. Intro. There you go. I might need time to come up with a good whistle for this.
Dude, Mark, you're still not making a noise, bro. I don't understand why I can't do it.
Why is it orange outside?
Huh?
Come look, it's all orange outside.
No, it's not. It's orange right here. I'm Mark the Monster. I'm orange. Joe's daughter says it's all orange outside, so we must be having a nice sunset.
Oh,
my guess.
Yeah, it's a good sun. Oh, because it's 5:30, y'all. It's 5 o'clock. You know how it's dark now.
Yeah, it's basically midnight now. It's dark.
Yeah. That's the sun, girl, from the rain earlier.
You still didn't whistle, bro. That still didn't happen. I mean, I appreciate that you're trying, but I don't understand why I can't do it. Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's not even what we're doing. Like, we're not doing that. No one snipped that. Don't screenshot me making that thing. Don't do that. We're not. It's not that kind of show. I just don't know why I can't whistle.
It takes time and practice, man. Time and practice.
I don't understand why you're picking on me now. Now I feel like I'm being made fun of. Oh, you don't like being made fun of. That's funny.
I know the best thing to do, Mark. What you need to do, get some water.
Well, how would water help, Joe?
Your mouth been dry for years, so years. So you might
drinks a lot of coffee. He really, shout out to Bigby today.
Bigby, yeah.
Yeah, the BOGO Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're looking for us on Wednesday morning after the gym. That's where we usually go. Do you want to do you got to do your thing. Oh, yeah, sponsors. Promo code, don't say the F word, Prince Nana Coffee, you'll save 10%. It won't help you out at Bigby at all, but you can go ahead and give that a shot if you want to. That promo code will save you 10%. Pure plank. You can plank out like Adam Copeland. Can't call him Edge anymore because WWE filed the trademark. And you can go over to our merch shop. Everything at our merch table. Link in the bio, of course. Anything you buy, we're donating 100% of the profit to our local dog kennel. Friends of Lorraine County Dog Kennel, they're going to get 100% of the profit from our merch table. How long are you doing that for? I might do that forever. Definitely through the month of November, the month of December, and I may just do that from now on. I don't.
Keep it all year long. Don't worry about it.
I'm not concerned about profiting from the merch. I would rather give it to the kennel. The kennel needs some money. They need the stuff for the dogs. It's more important that they get it. Also, fundraiser right on our Instagram. you're on YouTube, Spotify, go to our Instagram. You can donate right to our local dog kennel. It is where we got our family dog, Rogue, from, who recently passed away. And now I have his nose forever on my hand.
Aww.
Big shout out to our friend Freddie. Freddie Alvarez Tattoos in Lorain, Ohio. Find him on Instagram.
There you go.
You can check Freddie out. Isn't Freddie gonna give you more hair? That's a different conversation, Mark.
Freddie, hook me up too one day, maybe next year. Haha.
What are you gonna get? Joe's gonna get a tattoo.
I might.
Joe's
try
already.
to, like,
Joe's got tattoos.
Man. I just don't see him.
Oh, I thought this guy with the beard was the only one with a tattoo. No, Joe's got tattoos. Not as many as me, but Joe's got tattoos.
Not him. No.
When do I get to get a tattoo? I don't. That's not gonna be it. That's not.
Hey,
Not old enough to get a tattoo. What do you mean?
I tell you what. You'll get a tattoo the same day my child get a tattoo. How that sound? Same day.
How old does your kid got to be to get a tattoo?
Adult level. They say adult.
I think my daughter was 16.
16, yeah, 16 with my consent. But I wait to see like fully adult and know what she wants, not to get something random.
Oh, you're saying you're not going to let your kid make a choice that will last forever?
I'm gonna make a choice, but I just want to make sure she get the right tattoo and just say nothing down the road like.
Because she's older.
Yes. Older and
so
wiser.
like whenever she's an adult,
yeah,
she can make a decision.
Yeah.
To alter her body for the rest of her life.
That's right.
That's smart thinking. That's probably how it should be. You should probably be an adult, right? And that might be a different conversation.
Yeah. So that give you time to think, Mark.
You can get a tattoo whenever you're older, but anyone can go get a I have ADHD attention deficit Hey Donut shirt right at our merch table. There you can go and get one of those.
There you go.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe. I don't know if a full recap of Raw is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Raw was pre-taped.
Yeah.
Then it was shown in a different order than how it was pre-taped.
That's good.
Pretty slick on their part, and then to be able to filter in some backstage stuff.
That's good. I ain't mad.
I think everyone's pretty aware of events that took place on Raw. I don't know if anything was necessarily earth-shattering and life-changing, except for us speculating on, well, who's the fifth man, Joe? I'm going to throw my thoughts out there in this moment. Because this can change. Because we're talking about the bloodline, so this is cinema, right?
Okay.
All right, so I'm just going to tell you where I'm at the moment.
All right. You tell me where you're at, I'll tell you where I'm at.
So where I'm at in the moment is, in this moment, I think Seth Rollins, as I've said, is a bad choice as the fifth man for reasons I've laid out multiple episodes, but it just doesn't make any sense for him to put his issues with Roman Reigns aside for his feud with Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that, I think the fifth man, maybe it's Punk. And I'm going to tell you why I think maybe it's Punk.
All right. Maybe it's Punk.
I think maybe it's Punk because I think about the last time we seen Paul Heyman. Some of the last times we've seen Paul Heyman. One of the last times we seen Paul Heyman was in the ring with Cornelius Montague Punk. He hugged Punk and he said to Punk, "Take me with you." Please take me with you. Then later on, Heyman got powerbombed through the table.
That's right.
I think maybe we get the idea that Seth is torn as to whether to be part of it. And I think, just like last year, is Randy going to make it? The question becomes, is Seth actually going to show up? I think Seth shows up, and I think his music hits. And I think he starts making his way to the ring, and then Paul Heyman's voice comes over. Ladies and gentlemen, and then you hear Punk's music hit. And while Seth is distracted, somehow Bronson Reed exits WarGames and takes Seth Rollins out. And Punk enters as the fifth man. Not for Roman. And he gets in, he looks Roman dead in the face, I'm not here for you. I'm here for Paul.
Not bad.
That's all I can think. I also think Sammy turns, but that's a different conversation. We're talking fifth man. I think Seth has become too obvious of a choice.
I'm going to say it's not Seth.
Think it's not Seth?
I think this is what's going to happen. No matter what they try to pursue Seth into doing it, Seth won't do it. I'm going to say at the Survivor Series WarGames, it's just going to be all four of them. All four. Just them 4 against the 5. It's going to come down to like they did last year, the last minute, when they're waiting for whoever the countdown clock is. They thinking a fifth member going to come. I'm going to say, if they do it right, the fifth man will be Brock Lesnar.
You think it's Brock?
I think it's Brock. I'm still sticking with Brock Lesnar. I think you got to look at it like this. Seth didn't do nothing to the Bloodline Monday. Didn't interfere, didn't do nothing. They did it for him. Seth stayed out of it, like he said. Seth just kept his mind and focused on Bronson Reed. And with that being said, Seth doesn't care about Bronson Reed being on their team. He doesn't care about nothing doing with Roman, like he said. He's going to stay out of it. He's going to sit in the back and just relax. And they're going to keep begging him all the way from Friday to Monday to next Friday to, Saturday. That's following Saturday. He's still going to reject. And then come Friday night, I guess Roman going to let everybody know his fifth person is coming, but will be late. He's going to throw some hints like it's a really bad man, a really big guy, but he's coming.
How do we get Brock Lesnar being willing to help Roman Reigns? How do we get to that? How do we get there? How do I say Seth doesn't make sense?
You got to remember
I think Brock might make less sense than Seth.
You got to think about the old saying.
Brock and Roman have never been friends.
I know.
Why would Roman Reigns help out Brock Lesnar?
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And if there's only one person that's going to take out Roman, it's going to be Brock. And that's what Brock's model is going to be.
So, okay, so we got the Cuban Gorilla in our comments live on Instagram. He says that Brock would do it for Heyman. Why would Brock do it for Heyman? Paul Heyman turned his back on Brock Lesnar and chose Roman Reigns. If I'm Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman got exactly what he deserved.
That is true.
He picked the Samoan Dynasty over the Beast Incarnate, and the Samoan Dynasty turned their back on Paul Heyman. Brock never turned his back on Paul. Brock never attacked Paul. Brock never put Paul through a table. Bloodline did. The Bloodline did it. So I would say Brock makes less sense. I'm not saying Punk makes sense, but there's somewhere to go after it's Punk. And if it's Punk and he takes the moment from Seth, we can start building toward Punk and Seth at Mania. And that's where we got to get to with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to get them together at Mania.
But on the flip side, you got to remember, Brock Lesnar is still a Canadian. He could be there within, 3-5 hours, wherever they
He
at.
just lives.
I don't know part.
He lives in Canada. He's not Canadian. He's not maple syrup. His head doesn't open like this, like on South Park.
But
I don't know, man. I see a lot of people thinking Brock, and just Brock makes less sense than Seth. And Seth makes almost zero.
Hey, if all fails, would they get Zillow Fatu come in? Yeah, there we go.
Zilla could be coming.
Yeah.
Hikuleo is under contract.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the thing that makes the most sense, honestly, would be for it to be
The Rock.
Someone who should fit into the bloodline in the bloodline situation. They should be someone who's family. Now, with that, I have an additional question.
All right.
Why couldn't Roman get a hold of Paul Heyman, Joe? Why is Paul's phone disconnected? And then, I know you said like he was trying to protect people, yada yada, all that jazz. But
and like I said,
we keep talking about Paul Heyman's going to bring the fifth man. I think Paul brings CM Punk. You and the Cuban Gorilla, you think Paul Heyman brings Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Why do we assume Paul Heyman would be the babyface in this scenario? What reason does Paul Heyman have to be the babyface in this scenario?
Simple. Paul Heyman is the babyface because he got powerbombed through the table. Through the table? He got powerbombed through? Yeah.
But, what happened on Friday night? Roman Reigns picked up the phone and he called Paul Heyman, and the number had been disconnected. And Roman Reigns looked defeated and worried. Now I have a question for you. Why is this the first time Roman Reigns has attempted to call Paul Heyman since WrestleMania? And since Paul got put through the table. All of this, Bloodline 2.0, Solo Sikoa appointing himself tribal chief happened. Why? Because Roman wasn't talking to Paul.
Look at this way.
So why would Paul Heyman save Roman Reigns?
Because at the time, I'll say this. Roman lost the belt at WrestleMania.
He sure did.
And you know what happened to him?
What happened to him?
He got the press.
Did he?
He got the press. Having them belts for 13, 16 days.
So,
Got the press. And he just needed time alone to himself.
WWE is all about the details right now, right? That's why we're all wondering, why did Sammy throw that phone onto the couch? Because it's all about the details. 2 days after Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania, he posted on his social media, "Yesterday we mourn, today we rebuild." 2 days later, Roman Reigns was back in the gym rebuilding for his company. But he wouldn't talk to Paul Heyman. When Paul got attacked by the Bloodline, got put through a table, Roman Reigns didn't reach out to Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns didn't reach out to the Wise Man until 7 months after WrestleMania.
He was going through a little.
6, 7 months.
He was going through the press. He lost the belts, lost family members. That whole entire summer, he was having a depressing moment. He needed time alone.
Well, I mean, here's one thing we know for sure about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns ain't changed. He's still the same narcissistic, manipulative guy he was. So again, I ask, why would they be working to help Roman? Why would Paul do it? Why would Brock do it? Why would Punk?
Okay. You can look at it this way. Paul, like you said, he knows the whole Samoan family. Every single one of them.
He does. But Roman never called Paul after Bloodline 2.0 attacked him, Joe. Waited until he needed something from the Wise Man. He wasn't there when the Wise Man needed him. When should Paul Heyman ever be booked as the babyface? Paul Heyman should only be the babyface in Philadelphia. Everywhere else, Paul Heyman should be a heel. What if Paul's fifth man turns on Roman? What if Paul aligns himself with Bloodline 2.0? Because maybe he decided Solo is the righteous one. Because Roman never called him. What if everyone turns on Roman Reigns at WarGames? And he's truly left being the only tribal chief because he has no bloodline to call his tribe. Or maybe I've had too much coffee. I don't really know.
You had way too much coffee. That coffee looked old. You said you left it from the gym this morning.
No. This is a read. I topped it off. So it's not been sitting on. It's not been sitting here since this morning.
Oh, okay.
They spent a little time in the fridge. It got topped off. It's fine.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking the entire thing.
No. I would say this. Think of it like your elderly neighbor or your elderly grandparents that you call maybe once or twice a month. That's what it is. And Roman thinks the Wise Man as his elderly and only reaches out when necessary.
He watched the Wise Man get powerbombed through a table and didn't call it.
And that same week, his family lost, so his mind wasn't there. He wasn't focused on Heyman. He was more focused on the loss of his family tree. So he was still in a little depressed mode.
I want to believe that Seth Rollins is such an obvious choice that there's no way they go with Seth, and that this is totally work, and I want to give WWE a lot of credit and assume that there's going to be a lot of the devil is in the details of this, and they're going to reel me right back into the Bloodline story, because if it's Seth Rollins, I don't care. But if there's a curveball involving Paul Heyman, you got my attention. You may even have my interest. Especially if we're going to work toward Punk and Seth at WrestleMania. Because I want that promo again.
Oh, you know what'd be better? Well, just the original 4 against the 5. That's it.
4 on 5? They don't get a 5th man on the OGs?
They don't get a 4th man. Just them 4 against them 5. Nobody.
See it? I think maybe they should have stayed 4 on 4.
It should be 4 on 4, but or it still be 4 on 4, and somehow they take out somebody on the Bloodline 2.0, or hypothetically speaking, Jacob Fatu can't get into Canada.
I don't know. Maybe he can. You think he can?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I know
Yeah,
they
figured it out.
I know they had to work mad to get Jimmy over into Canada that one year. But I don't know. Maybe they just said something with Jacob having flight issues or travel issues, and bam, storyline wise, they take him out Friday before Survivor Series, and it'd be 4 on 4.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What side are you rooting for at WarGames? Are you OG or are you 2.0? You team Solo, you team Roman? We do have our Roman versus Solo shirt available at our merch table also.
I would say OG, the OGs. But but it'd be cool if 2.0 actually wins WarGames. That'd be more exciting.
Wouldn't it be cool if like Bloodline 2.0 stood tall at WarGames? If we got to see Jacob Fatu just do all kinds of craziness. He's a mess.
Yeah.
And I think Jacob should be the guy to pin Roman in WarGames.
Not yet.
He's coming off top of the cage.
Probably so.
Rikishi style. I mean, that's going to happen, right?
I mean,
either he's going to do it, or Bronson Reed's going to do it. Here's my prediction. Here's my prediction for how WarGames ends.
Okay.
Bloodline 2.0 is victorious. And Jacob and Bronson Reed both drop splashes from top of the cage onto Roman Reigns, and they take Roman out. And Roman's out till Rumble.
I can see that. But wait, no, wait. He's advertised for main event.
Sure he is. Card is always subject to change. Card is always subject to change.
You're right.
Want to move on to AEW?
All right.
I'm looking now to see if we have the card for tonight.
I ain't see it.
I haven't seen anything. I hear Tony Storm's retiring.
Yeah.
Confident that's not the case. So, say what? Let me ask you this. I want to make a statement about AEW right now. I know a lot of people aren't feeling a lot of things going on in AEW. Got a lot of, out here, they don't book stories, blah, blah, blah. All the matches have been good. Dynamite's been a good show. People get hung up on stupid shit. But I do want to say one thing. Mox's promo last week was dumb. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
he said a whole lot of words, and it literally just fell flat on that crowd. It could be whatever reason, but it didn't seem to matter. But also last week was billed as John Moxley's taking over the Superstation.
I thought we were gonna do it.
He didn't take over anything. It didn't make any sense, and that's a common problem AEW has had from day one. They promise something and don't even come close to delivering. We're going to have a major announcement. We have a match. It's not a major announcement. Exploding barbed wire death match. Sparklers went off. I get that faux pas, but I mean, still. But Mox takes over the Superstation. He didn't take over anything. He did a promo. He just did a promo.
Yeah. I thought he was like taking over like control room in the truck.
Yeah, or like there'd be something more. Or they would kick everybody off commentary, something NWO-esque, since this is Mox World Order, and I don't know. There's one thing I think about this whole Mox World Order thing. I think they thought they were going to work out a deal with Shane McMahon. I think that's what they thought. So I think the idea that it was going to be Shane is the same idea I think they thought. The whole you work for me now would have made sense if there was the idea that Shane got involved in the company. But that statement, that was really the mission statement of the Death Riders. You work for me now. This isn't your company anymore. That was the mission statement. And they kind of teased Shane. They didn't do it on the show, but those pictures got leaked out, and pretty convenient. I think they thought they had Shane.
Okay.
And I don't think they know where to go with this story.
I see it like this. Before I say my subject,
I need to do the backside for a second. I need to do the backside first.
I would say this. In the beginning, it was good. They had it good. I think we'll say like they thought they had Shane. We'll say that.
Doesn't it seem like they thought they had Shane?
It does, or his dad. I went for his dad though, but because Daddy didn't want to do it either. But I think they are at the point where they made it sound so good, so believable, that right now they kind of like stuck on what to do next, how to make you believe that they're taking over 4 against with 20 people.
All those first few promos that Mox did. I said I really believe in John Moxley. Like I believe him. Mm-hmm. And then last week, the mistake I made was I watched it again, and I realized he didn't say anything. Like initially, like my first watch through, I'm like, I mean, it's a Mox promo. He uses a lot of words to get his point across. And I watched it, I'm like, hold on, there was no point. And also, the crowd sucked. For whatever reason, but the crowd wasn't great. Another thing about last week that kind of doesn't sit right with me, whenever I circle back to overanalyze the situation, as I do. This story is supposed to end up being Darby Allin beats John Moxley, right?
Or Orange Cassidy.
It's not going to be Orange Cassidy. Can't be Orange Cassidy. You got to work his way through these faces that we've seen at the end of Wrestle Dream. You have Orange Cassidy, then we're going to have Danny Garcia, and at the end of the day, it'll be Darby. And Darby will be the one to beat Mox, I think. Because I think Darby is the sting of the story.
Basically, yeah.
The story of the NWO was the story of Sting. So you have Mox as the ultimate villain to Darby as Sting as the ultimate babyface. Because Sting was the heart and soul of WCW. So the idea is that Darby is the heart and soul of AEW. One problem with that is he's not. Like, Darby's not the heart and soul of AEW. Oddly enough, Jon Moxley is the heart and soul of AEW. Like, Mox should be the guy battling Mox's group. I can't read it.
Mark, you are my friend.
You hear that, Mark?
Mark, you are my friend. She wrote that. There you go. Here, y'all get married. Y'all best friends now. Look at that.
That is a perfect picture of Mark. You're gonna have to send me a picture of that. I'm gonna turn that into a shirt.
All right, I'll do that.
Now she wrote Marcus, my friend, and the picture she drew of her and Mark. You gonna send me that? I'm making that into a shirt.
No, it says you can be my friend.
Oh, my bad. Mark, you can be my friend. And
No.
Anyway, send me a picture of it. That's gonna be the shirt. But Jon Moxley should have been the hero of this story. Someone else should have been the villains. Because Darby doesn't work to be the guy to beat Mox. And you want to know why?
Why?
Claudio effortlessly swung him around like a rag doll and whipped him into a garage door. And then casually walked away. He just kind of jogged. He did that thing that old white dudes like me do when we're in a parking lot and it starts to rain and we're trying to get into the store, where it kind of looks like we're running, but we're moving slower than we would be if we were walking. Yeah. You know the one where it's like I'm walking real slow, but my arms are involved, so I'm running. I'm moving. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. That's what Claudio did. He moved slower than his walk after he ragdolled Darby Allin like he was chucking garbage over a fence. And that's the savior. And I like Darby. I'm such a fan of Darby. But I don't think he should be the guy to beat Mox.
I could say this. He could be the guy that beat Mox, but I don't think he's the guy that'll take the belt off of Mox.
I guess. I don't know, man.
I'm not
Darby
saying it a bad way, but
faces Claudio tonight on Dynamite. That's one of the matches tonight. Claudio versus Darby. I don't know. I mean, should Darby win this, or should this be a Death Riders beat down to Darby Allin? I think this should be a Death Riders beat down to Darby Allin.
I think it looked like Pac and Claudio are really tight together, so I think Pac should interfere and cause Darby the match, and then they do the beat down.
Yeah. But then, I mean, I guess you build sympathy, right? You build sympathy for the babyface if you just keep beating Darby down. Mm-hmm. So one, he overcomes the odds, he's the champ, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is happening tonight on Dynamite. and I'm going to say this. I don't think Tony Khan knows what the word all-star means. There is an all-star 8-man tag match happening tonight, Joe.
Oh, okay. Let me guess. If I had to guess.
Well, no, here, let me ask you this. If you were booking an all-star 8-man tag on Dynamite, who are the 8 men you would put in there? You don't have to team them up. Just who are the 8 all-stars in AEW?
Okay, 8 all-stars. I would definitely need Pac and Claudius in there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Pac and Claudio, definitely all-star talent. Yeah.
I would say MJF, Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
the 4 good.
That's 4 all-stars for sure.
They're the 4 heel side. Okay. Then we got Swerve. Okay, I just got to put Hangman in there. Hangman.
Mm-hmm. Hangman is like the ultimate all-star of AEW, right?
Yeah.
Because, the entire program is the story of Hangman and Adam Page.
Yeah. Next, we're going to need another baby face. Orange got stuff with Mox, so he shouldn't be in there right now.
Orange Cassidy faces Wheeler Yuta tonight, so Orange is in a match tonight.
Oh, definitely. Now, Hobbs. It's Hobbs back. We need Hobbs.
All right.
Okay. And last, I would go with.
Dude, it's painful that you're struggling to find me 8 all-stars.
I'm thinking of the people I would want to see in that all-star match. Yeah. All right, the last one with definitely got since I'll throw Shelton in there.
Okay, so I think that you picked some solid. Shelton Benjamin being thrown in there at the end. Good pick. He's a guy who's been around for a long time. People want to see him featured well.
Mm-hmm.
You named 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Only one of those people you named is in this match. And it's Will Hobbs.
Word.
Will Hobbs has had 1 match in the past 6 months, and he is featured in the All-Star 8-man tag. He has teamed up with Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Mark Davis versus Kensuke Tsuchida, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Brian Cage. Now, I don't understand any of this. I don't understand this. And this is the main event. Well, luckily I won't be awake that late. But if this should, I hope like hell this isn't the main event.
I'll let you know.
Well, last week we did a tag match as the main event that shouldn't have been the main event. Whenever you had Lio Rush and versus Swerve Strickland that are involved in a major feud situation that should have main evented because Swerve was just your world champion. But instead, you just have a random-ass tag match main event the show. And you didn't progress the story at all with Lio Rush being offered a spot in the Hurt Syndicate.
Mm-hmm.
You had Swerve get jumped by them at the end, and Lio Rush didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the main event, at least it could be like he was off at the side and we go off the air and we're left on a cliffhanger. Did Lio get involved at all? Did he attack Swerve? Did he help Swerve? We didn't do any of that. We ended on a tag match. This, I don't understand.
I don't know that I understand how we have a unification of Brian Cage and Lance Archer, because it was my understanding that Don Callis acquired the services of Lance Archer, and I don't know what Brian Cage was doing or how he got included, because he was not affiliated with Snake Roberts.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you the truth. I thought it was going to be the, what they call them, the what you call them?
Conglomeration?
There we go. I thought it was going to be that. Hey, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But also, I mentioned the Orange Cassidy match. That Orange Cassidy is facing Wheeler Yuta. And the premise of this match existing doesn't make sense to me. I understand that Orange is feuding with Mox, and it's the whole Death Riders versus AEW situation.
Mm-hmm.
However, Mox said Orange Cassidy would have to prove himself to be a snake and take out his former best friend in Wheeler Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Orange Cassidy have to prove himself to Jon Moxley? Orange Cassidy already has a world title shot against Jon Moxley. Why would he have to do this match? The title match is already booked. Why would he have to listen to Jon Moxley and face Wheeler Yuta? Couldn't he just go, no?
No.
Why can't he just say no?
Because
Jon Moxley's the world champion. He doesn't own the company. They actually don't work for him, even though he said it, and we had no follow-up on that one piece that we kept ending video packages. Why would Orange Cassidy face Wheeler Yuta? Because Jon Moxley said so.
simple. It's plain and simple.
Make that make sense.
Here we go. This is how it's gonna make sense. You got Mox want Orange to know this is the business. We're not here to make friends. We're here to make money and this belt. And the best way for him to be a snake is take out his good friend that he shared an apartment with.
Former friend. He's not a very good friend anymore.
Not a good friend.
Because he's beat him up 3 times.
Yeah. But you
I'm
got
to be honest, Joe. Me and you have known each other for a very long time. You punched me once, man. We ain't friends no more. Hey, you put a shopping bag over my head. We're definitely not friends anymore.
not even I had the white sister permission, like, hey, we're gonna videotape him.
To be honest, man, I don't think she's gonna be on board with you, like, beat me up and suffocate me in the back. I don't like the fact that she just shrugged. That shit ain't that funny, man. But I just don't. I mean, I don't understand the premise of why Orange Cassidy would just listen to Jon Moxley and just take the match he booked. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I just don't get it. Jericho and Tomohiro Ishii have a contract signing to make next week's Ring of Honor World Title match official.
Yay.
Generally speaking, contract signings in pro wrestling become fights.
Mm-hmm.
Only one I can think of that didn't was Jericho and Cody. They handled that civilly. Do we need contract signings for Ring of Honor World Title matches? Does that really need to be something?
Yeah, they do, because they want you to, let's say, promote Ring of Honor and get it back up to running. So they need a contract signing for it. And that would be the best thing to do. And with that being said, I would say Jericho is now going to be like the face of Ring of Honor temporarily.
And it looks like they're working toward a TV deal. So,
And so, as long as they do that Ring of Honor contract on TV, people will know that Ring of Honor will be a show on Fox or ESPN, whatever channel they provide with.
I'm going to think it probably will go. ROH will probably end up on ESPN, I'm guessing.
Probably.
I think AEW wants to put an AEW show on Fox. It would be cool if it was Ring of Honor that went to Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd be happy if they got something on the Fox. I think it'd be really good for AEW to get something on network TV.
Hey, yo.
Got one more thing, really, because I don't know that I care too much about the Roderick Strong versus MJF match and how they're going to build to that more this week. On Collision this past Saturday, AEW aired a video package set to Guns N' Roses November Rain.
Nah, that was good. That wasn't bad.
It's like a 9-minute thing, right?
No, it was decent. It could have been better.
Bubba Ray Dudley was very upset about them doing it.
I would say the way they did it, you would thought it'd be a little bit more better, but they just had like a small amount. They didn't do like the whole year. They did like maybe summer version of it.
I mean, I think they did a good job of just
good.
kind of like showcasing what matches were going to be coming up and giving you some details of the story. I think they did a good job. And Bubba did say he thought they did a good job.
Yeah.
He thought he liked it. He was just mad that they did it and didn't pay the respect to ECW because ECW did see that face you just made? ECW did a November Rain video package for November to Remember.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
I mean, you're not alone in that. As we've stated before, I was the ECW nerd in high school. I remember November to Remember. I don't remember the November Rain video package. I haven't gone to look for it to see. Here's the problem for Bubba Ray Dudley to be mad that AEW did this, that Tony Khan did this. Tony Khan was an ECW guy. He liked ECW. So clearly he's paying homage to that thing. But he's not calling the pay-per-view November to Remember. He's not the idea that he was ripping off ECW and putting together a video package to the same song that he paid for the rights to use and Paul Heyman did not pay for the rights to use doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Plus, you gotta look at it this way. What better song to have for the month of November than that one?
There's no other way to go. If you're gonna pay for rights to a well-known song, that's the well-known song about the month of November.
Unless you want Wyclef Gone to November.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. But yeah, now with that being said, I don't know that the re-airing of a 9-minute music video is the smart thing to do for your weekly flagship show.
I could say this. The way they had it filmed out, perfect. They had all the matches put together, how they started. Perfect. I wasn't mad about it. They did it good. Even Tony Schiavone kind of slipped up and said the wrong name at first, but he still got it right.
Wait, what they say? What was the slip up?
He said, "Gone to November."
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and then he said, "You'll be gone to November. Do you remember the roses and guns?" He slipped up on that part, yeah.
I wonder if something's going on cognitively with Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
How do you screw up the name Guns N' Roses? They're only like the most famous band ever.
So,
and people might say I'm wrong, that's the Beatles, but it's important to consider the fact that the Beatles sucked. Guns N' Roses is awesome. I just don't know that it should be part of Dynamite. Why wouldn't you just leave this up on your YouTube channel? Why take up 9 minutes of your 2-hour show again for this video. Last week, you rushed everything on Dynamite. This week, you're going to have to rush it because you're going to give 9 minutes to a music video. Now, I'm going to watch it, but I feel like 9 minutes could be some matches. I mean, there was a time when WWE would fit 3 matches in 9 minutes of TV.
I could say this. If you did watch it Saturday night, that 9-minute package, it kind of helped out because the last match was Mariah May versus, I forgot the girl's name. But they ended a little bit too early in the match. That's why it was like, and they were standing like 2 minutes to wait for the show to go off. So that's kind of why it would happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me ask you, think there'll be any surprises tonight in Dynamite?
Nope.
Nothing?
Nothing. Got the pay-per-view Saturday, so there really no surprise, no nothing. Just MVP letting Swerve know that they getting it come Saturday. Be prepared, and probably gonna say, "I'll burn your house down, your new house down." Like, hey,
burn down the new house.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about Tony Khan saying that the best black professional wrestlers are in AEW. This comes off the heels of so many people complaining that WWE doesn't book black wrestlers well.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone knows this or not, but Joe's black. So.
And I literally said last week that majority of every black WWE or world champion was black and was a heel and more memorable than the babyface. Besides Ron Simmons.
Yeah. Speaking of Ron Simmons, MVP recently said that Vince wanted to turn the Hurt Business into the Nation Domination, and even brought in Ron Simmons and Mark Henry and was going to do that, and they all fought him on it because the Hurt Business was never about race.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to ask you this one thing to end the show tonight.
Okay.
Who's the white dude you put in the Hurt Syndicate?
The white dude.
What line put in Sammy? Who is the white dude who you would sign to the Hurt Syndicate? Who's the dude in AEW you're inviting to the barbecue, Joe?
I would say the closest one that could do it. I go with Mox. In between Mox and Hangman right now. Mox and Hangman.
So my pick was Hangman. That the Hurt Syndicate should recruit Hangman Adam Page. What better thing to do to get under Swerve's skin than to have MVP be in the corner of Hangman Adam Page?
Yeah. I'll say them be the only two. MJF, I would say MJF, but he's solo. He can't do no faction. He ain't that person.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah. Mox or Hangman would be my only two I could say fit.
Yeah. I think Hangman would be fun. Even if it was just temporary. With that, everyone, thank you for checking us out on Instagram, live in the chats. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, wherever, after this, assuming I remember to upload it.
Oh, and last but not least, y'all, I need the world to be ready. Put your thinking caps on, because this Sunday.
Survivor Series Trivia?
Trivia!
Oh, my God. Look at that. How'd you get the fireworks going? Nice job.
Ooh,
that was cool. I don't know how you did that, but can you do that more often? That worked out really well. Yeah, so Survivor Series Trivia. Feel free to join in live on Instagram. You can partake in the chats. My wife, Joe's sister, is able to get any of these questions right. I guess we'll give people stuff.
Yes, and just be fair, it will be all the war games. This war games, y'all.
Shit. I am going to do terrible.
War games. So from the past 20 years, whatever war games matches this were from WCW, WWE, NXT.
This is Survivor Series and War Games trivia? Oh, man.
No, just
hopefully you're gonna show up Sunday and you guys can partake because I got a feeling I am not getting questions right. That's for sure.
Right, this war game, just the war game, the cage matches, all this stuff, just war games.
Yes, War Games involve a lot of people in a singular match, which means my brain has to remember a lot of names and events that took place. And I don't know if you have forgotten, but I've been punched in the head an awful lot.
Okay. All right, fine. 5 war games, 5 Survivor Series. There you go. Plain simple.
You figure it out. You make it happen. However you make it. It needs to be 5 and 5. That works for me. I may have been at the first Survivor Series, but maybe that's a question. That should be a question. What Survivor Series was I at? I can tell you I was at the first one. Then I get a question right. But we'll be back Sunday. Thank you everyone for checking us out. Enjoy Dynamite tonight. And go buy some merch. Joe's going to send me the picture his daughter drew. I'm going to turn that shit into a T-shirt.
Hey, I'm going to say this. If you look at it, it looked like in right here, like Mark holding up a microphone. So
nicely done. I like that added touch she did. All right, thank you, everyone. Enjoy Dynamite. Who knows? Maybe Shane McMahon shows up. Doubt it. We're out.